This is the Suzuki Extreme 4x4 Challenge. The Rangitikei district in the heart of the North Island is known for its wide open spaces, verdant farmlands and breathtaking scenery. And of course, the 253-kilometre long Rangitikei River. The riverbank's the perfect spot for all types of tourist activity, including world-class brown and rainbow trout fishing. Its sheer gorge walls and rapids ideal for kayaking and whitewater rafting. Welcome to part 2 of the Suzuki Extreme 4x4 Challenge for 2021. We are 4 courses down of 12. And in part number 2, we will show you a further 4 courses. Earlier this morning, Rangitikei District Mayor Andy Watson got things kicked off.
A huge event. First of all, a huge congratulations to Dan and Karen. Awesome. No, look, it's bringing in people from all over the country. I'm amazed. I want one of these toys.
Once again, the weather's come good here. It's going to be a fantastic day.
Yeah, we'll put in a request for a great day. And look at the turnout. We're absolutely known for our events, you know, whether it's this sort of thing or the schmozzle. People come from all over the country to our events, and this is one of them. And this looks to be a great, great day.
So to recap on what we've seen already, it is Wanganui's favourite son, Hamish Arrett, leading the competition after 4 rounds. In second place, it is Neville Mather in a Nitro Customs truck. He's had a consistent run right through the morning. And in third place, it is Scott Biggs in the Nitro Customs number 1, the New Zealand champion. That could all change in round number 2. Overall points, 3,700 is Hamish Arrett's points tally, and just behind him it is Mather. Course number 5 is the Optimo Heavy Duty Grime Time. It starts off with a ridiculously steep off-camber and then turns into a wall of death followed by a water plunge. Then a zigzag back up the hill. And first to go, it is the man currently sitting in second place, and this is Neville Mather. Now, he has done it with consistency. Explorer Motorhomes are the sponsor of this Nitro truck. If you're watching for the first time, you'll see that all the courses have time limits on them. This one is a 60-second time limit. Each of the gates, there's 10 per course, is worth 100 points. And you'll see so far that Neville and Richard Werner are perfect. Now, in an innovation this year, Dan Cowper has allowed the competitors to back up, stop and reposition. And that's exactly what Neville Mather is taking advantage of, but he's and he's hit the boundary tapes, and that means that his progress is immediately halted. So Neville picks up 700 points. Here it is in super slow motion. The control that these drivers have got of some of these trucks is unbelievable, but the control just deserting Neville Mather there as he clips the boundary tapes. Next to go, this is the Mackays out of Hamilton, currently sitting in 7th place. Started off with 13 trucks. We've lost a couple. Stuart Earl, the latest one to stop his competition this year, and earlier on we lost Derek Smythe due to an incident on course number 1. This is Dave and Reece Mackay, and they get perilously close to the Suzuki tape. Looks like now they're going to take the low line, but that hasn't worked either because they've gone straight over the next 2 gates. They've managed to stay out of the water. In the past competitions here at the Suzuki Extreme 4x4, we've seen the water be a problem as well. Once again, there is a time limit of 60 seconds on the course. 300 are the points so far. It's 100 points per gate. Safely through 8. And then up the hill to 9 and hopefully clearing 10 as well. Got close to it but cleared it. So 600 good points for Dave Mackay. This is Hamish Arrett and Paul Barnes out of Wanganui. So the big crowd has their favourites, and certainly Hamish is one of them. He is the leader of the event after 4 completed rounds. This is round number 5. Optimo bring it to you. And this is what we talked about earlier about the water getting into the engine. Bit of water getting over the air cleaner, and that's enough to slow down the 222 Racing CowperTruck. And that's not the points haul that Hamish Arrett was looking. And look at how much water is flying in course number 5. Heavy Duty Grime Time. It's the perfect name for this one. Optimo Detergents brings it to you. This is Russell Luders. currently sitting in 4th place. So just one step off the podium. He clips gate number 5. Safely negotiates 6. Just repositioned there. I think he got through 7 as well. So 500 points on the tally for Russell Luders and Chris Tomerlin. Oh, and they've just wandered a little bit off course there, so they've got to have a mid-correction. Nothing's easy on the Suzuki Extreme 4x4 Challenge. Dan Cowper could have made it just a straight shot up to the finish line, but no. He had to put a zigzag in there as well. Greg and Chris McDowell currently sitting in 6th place in Killer B. Another CowperTruck. This combination first in the 2020 New Zealand 4x4 Trials Championship. Remember, they're allowed to repo, but they're not allowed to hit the gate, and that's exactly what Greg did with gate number 7. So that's going to cost him. Through 8 successfully. 9, and then a straight shot through 10. He got close to 10, but he makes it up and scores 900 points. Here it is on the replay. Talk about attack the course. No problems in the water, though, that time around for the McDowells. So this is Scott Biggs. Currently sits in 3rd place. He's the defending champion of the Suzuki Extreme 4x4 Challenge, and he is the New Zealand #1. Nitro Customs is the truck that he builds in his workshop south of Auckland in Hunua. Competes against his twin brother Jared. He's perfect so far. Time's on his side as well. More than 30 seconds to go on the clock. He repos, takes 8, clears it. Are we going to see a 1,000-point run? A clean sheet, a clear total. We do. 1,000 points for Scott Biggs and Sam Thompson. Here it is on the replay. Listen to that LS Chevy sing as he makes his way through the water and heads up the hill here at Turakina. So this is Jared Biggs, this is Scott's brother. They are twins. Boosted is the truck. Biggs Construction, the sponsors for Jared. This is powered by an LS Chevy, supercharged LS Chevy, rumoured to have something like 900 horsepower. You get a great example there of just how low the tyre pressures are on these 4x4 trials trucks. So far, so good for Jared and Fletch. They're clear. Oh, they're not anymore, though. If you hit a course gate, it's 100 points off your score. So we're not going to see the perfect completion that we saw from his brother. But it will be 900 points for Jared. He's on the comeback, remember, after having a terrible start, landing upside down in the first 2 courses. Phil Walton next to go. The truck is the Avenger. It's a Nitro Customs Bray combo. And Phil has been there and done that. Oh, he got close. You see him having a quick panic look over his shoulder just to see where that gate was. All the while, time is ticking by. Oh, he clipped 5. So 500 points so far as he looks to get through 7. Oh, I think, did he get through 7? I think he did. That might have just been a little bit of dirt that flicked the gate. The judges say, yes, he got through 7. He got through 8 as well. Through 9 and 10 should be a fait accompli for Phil Walton, and he picks up 900 points. I said before, this is a sport of inches or millimetres in the new language. How precise these drivers are See Phil gritting his teeth and getting a face full of mud for his trouble on the Suzuki replay. This is Hermie to his friends, Kevin Hermansen. This is a brand new CowperTruck. Oh, maybe vision, a bit of a problem there for Kevin Hermansen. Nick Hamilton calling the shots. They're wired up, they can talk to each other via radio. So Kevin starting out of his order after he had that throttle issue on the Mickey Thompson tyres hazard just previously. And he just got 9 as well, so this is half points for Kevin Hermansen. You can see there he can't see a thing. Plenty of water straight into the face and a bit of mud to make up for it there for Kevin Hermansen. You'll see it here on the replay. It's like someone threw 10 gallons of water straight into his face. That's another obstacle these guys are up against. You saw it so perfectly on the Suzuki replay. Straight over 8. He shook his head. He knew that he'd done wrong. Next to go, this is the Total Oils sponsored Phil Cameron and Bo Taylor. This is a nitro truck. In fact, in the battle between Nitro and CowperTrucks, 6 apiece with 1 Howard truck. Oh, and Cameron's had a brain explosion. He's driven right back through the Suzuki tapes and his course is over before it starts. So let's have a look at the points for course number 5, and Scott Biggs gets the perfect 1,000. A 3-way tie for second between McDowell, Biggs and Phil Walton. Plenty of high-flying action, plenty of mud, plenty of drama still to come here at the Suzuki Extreme 4x4 Challenge right after the break. Welcome back to Dan Cowper's property for the Suzuki Extreme 4x4 Challenge for 2021. We have reached the halfway stage. Course number 6. It is the Broadway Accounting Solutions Collateral Damage. Looks easy enough when you see it from the overhead shot, but there's plenty of deep trenches in there to catch out the unwary. So Dave Mackay's elected to miss gate number 1. Concentrate on 2, which he clears. And into one of these tank traps he goes now. Tries to negotiate 3. Oh, and he just clipped it with the right rear. You saw the gate just move a fraction. Gets through 4, okay. And comes to a grinding halt and backs back on 5. And 6. So this is turning into not a good run for Dave and Reese Mackay. And are they going to be able to get to the very top? They are, but they're only going to score 600 points. So it went wrong a little bit in the middle. Hamish Arrett next to go. Still our race leader here. It's a CowperTruck. Oh, and he's attacked it. Has Hamish. You wouldn't expect too much more. So through 3 and 4 without any problems at all. Inching his way through. Oh, and he clipped 5. So that's going to cost him 100 points. Back through 6, okay. Through 7 as well. Another big front end wheel stand for 222 Racing as he struggles to get to the top. He's not going to get there and he's backed over 8. So all the good work has slightly been undone now. Through 9 he goes. Can he keep the revs going? Can he keep the traction going? Yes, he can. He gets through 10, but he only scores 800 points. Here it is in the super slow-mo. Once again, I'm constantly amazed by the suspension travel of these amazing CowperTrucks. Around about 13 and a half, 14 inches in the old language, and they use every single bit of it. This is Kevin Hermansen once again. The truck is the gambler. Nick Hamilton sits alongside him. He's managed to clean his face. The mud dried on his cheeks as he rockets through 1. Clears 2 as well. Oh, he's close to 3. He nipped 3. So he loses 100 points there. Gets through 4. Can't get through 5. And I think he might have got 6 as well, and he's come to a grinding halt, and he's not going to get out of there without some assistance, I would think. And the time is going to tick away for Hermie. This is the Broadway Accounting Solutions Collateral Damage next to go. Taranaki's favourite son. This is Wayne and his daughter Rachel Buckthorpe. And he is rejoined after some mechanical issues. One of the originals back in the day, back in 2015. Well, I was just going to say so far so good, but not so good there, because Gate 5 is touched. Gate 6 is touched as well, I think. Yes, it is. In fact, mown straight over. Gate number 7, he clears. 8, he clears. Can he get to 9? I don't think he can. 20 seconds to go. He's got time to regroup, have another go. He's not going to do it. Russell Luder's next to go. This Collateral Damage brought to you by Broadway Accounting Solutions is living up to its name. There certainly has been some collateral damage on the scoreboard anyway. Luders gets through 4, the yellow flag comes out. That's to signify to the driver that he's cleared the gate. Each gate, remember, is worth 100 points. And an innovation this year, you'd have to go backwards on the course, you'd have to stop on the course, and if you have to repo and go backwards, that's fine. But in the back of your mind is you're fighting time. 20 seconds left to go for Russell Luders and Chris Tomerlin. Did they flick 7 then? Don't think they did. Lining up 8 now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's going to beat them. They're not going to get to 8, I don't think, before they time out. So that is 600 points for Russell Luders. Well, it's been an up and down Suzuki Extreme 4x4 challenge for Phil Cameron and Bo Taylor. Nitro Customs is the truck. As I said before, Phil's a veteran of this sort of thing, but this one sort of caught him out a little bit. He's certainly gone into full attack mode here on Collateral Damage, and so far is inch perfect. Through 7, through 8, through 9, and through 10. And Phil Cameron scores the 1,000, the perfect score on the super slow-mo. You see all that 14 inches of suspension travel being used, and then some, as the Nitro Customs truck blasts up towards course gate number 10. Right, this is the Killer B2. This is Greg and Chris McDowell. 5th place going into this one, course number 6 of 12. So far so good. In fact, perfect through 4, so 400 points. Gets through 5 without touching the gate on 5. Oh, not so lucky on 6 though. Oh, and that's maybe going to blot his copybook a little bit, because he gets to have a second run at gates 7, 8, 9 and 10. And he's got time to do it. Even if he has to have another reposition, he's still got time on his side. 15 odd seconds now as he starts the assault again. Gets way, way high, just about stands the truck on its tail, but gets through 10. And save for that one little blemish, that's 900 points for the McDowells. Killer B2 doing the job here at Tirakina. Scott Biggs next to go. He's in a battle with Neville Mather for second on points as we've reached the halfway stage here of the 2021 Suzuki Extreme 4x4 Challenge. Flirted with the side of 3 but made it through. Perfect so far is Scott Biggs and Sam Thompson. They are the defending national champions. Oh, did he hit 6? Did he clip 6? The gate moved. The judges say no. So he's perfect so far is Scott Biggs. 1,000 points, perfect run on the Broadway Accounting Solutions Collateral Damage. Here it is on the replay. Didn't see 7. I thought he might have touched 7, but he didn't. So the perfect run. Let's see what his brother Jared can do. Jared's on a bit of a comeback. He started terribly, landed upside down in the first 2 courses, but since then has been going well. Perfect so far through 2 and now through 3. He had a good long look at 3. He must have been close to it. Boosted is the truck. Jared Biggs, Fletch Crawford is the co-pilot. Oh, hit 6. Clears 7, now lines up 8. Clears 8 as well, clears 9 and 10, so just the one blemish cost him 100 points, 900 points for Jared Biggs. Here it is on the slow-mo. Look at the elevation these guys are getting. They are really trying. The courses are tough, there's no doubt about that. The big crowd's loving it, but plenty of elevation gets them hooping and a hollering. This is Neville Mather in the Nitro Custom Truck. Richard Werner does the co-driving, or is the co-pilot. Explorer Motorhomes are the sponsors through 3 safely. Negotiates 4 well. Oh, and he just slipped sideways and clipped 5. Through 6. Might have to take a second bite at the cherry to get through 7, 8, 9 and 10. But he's already got the blemish of gate 5. That's going to cost him 100 points. He was only 50 points out of first to Hamish Arrett. At the moment locked in a battle with Scott Biggs. Gets up to the top, and it's 900 points for Neville Mather. Once again, plenty of elevation, plenty of airtime, and the big crowd here at Turakina absolutely love it. So we have a look at course 6 results, and we see 2 perfect scores between Phil Cameron and Scott Biggs, and 3 on 900. Plenty more action still to come here in the Suzuki Extreme 4x4 Challenge right after the break. Welcome back to the Suzuki Extreme 4x4 Challenge, and we are back to the speed segment of the afternoon. Another speed course, this one brought to you by Fast Lane Spares Time Attack. And the fastest way is the hardest way, and the easier way is going to cost you some time. Once again, the pegs dotted around the course are time penalties of 10 seconds. First to go, it will be Kevin Hermansen in the Gambler. Oh, and Kevin just pulled it up in time before he flirted with the Suzuki tapes. That's going to cost him a little bit of time. And we've seen in these speed courses before that if you have a bit of a hesitation, it could be the difference between first and maybe even 4th place. Hermansen heading into the big drain. He's got a bit of a pained look on his face, and I think Kevin Hermansen might be stuck in here. And I don't reckon he's going to go too much further, or is he? He's going to use all the persistence, all the skills in the world, and then he decides at the last minute, nope, that is us. And if you record a DNF, that means you get the lowest points. Still 1,000 points for the fastest time. Can Wayne Buckthorpe get that fastest time? His daughter is the co-pilot. Well, the whole attitude of the truck changes, doesn't it, when there's speed involved? There's certainly speed involved in this one. Now, let's see how Wayne attacks the drain. This is what caught out Kevin Hermansen. Well, a slightly different approach. He's going to run alongside the drain. Now, remember, you're allowed to stop. You're allowed to reverse up. In the past, you haven't been allowed to stop on the course, but we changed the rules this time round, and that suits Wayne Buckthorpe at the moment because he is inching slowly and slowly closer and closer to turning and heading up the hill. Wayne's hanging on for dear life. Rachel's hanging on for dear life. The crowd are into this as well. They're making a whole heap of noise as he turns and heads up the hill. Well, perseverance pays for Wayne Buckthorpe. Wasn't the fastest way round, but eventually it was the right way. So 1:03.02, but no penalty points for Wayne and Rachel Buckthorpe. Here's the onboard version. That's how over on the side they were. Hamish Arrett, competition leader at the moment, the man from Wanganui, and you know that he's going to attack it. It's a Cowper truck, it's a Chev Corvette powered Cowper truck. Pertec are the sponsors. Hamish is a horse trainer in his day-to-day job, and he and Barnesy have made a pretty formidable combination for quite some time. This is the interesting bit. How does Hamish Arrett attack the drain? Does he bridge right across it, or does he do a similar thing to Wayne Buckthorpe? He bridges right across it, so that's going to save him a whole lot of time. Remember, he leads the competition at the moment. Up and over and through the finish, 35.76, no penalties. That is a good time for Hamish Arrett. Plenty of mud, grass and debris flying as he negotiates this drain. So next to go, it is the General. Russell Luders, currently sitting in 6th place. It's a Cowper truck. This one all about speed, remember, so the clock counts in real time. It doesn't count down. There's no limit on the time. You still can't hit the Suzuki boundary tape. You can take every other risk known to man, and that's exactly what Russell Luders is doing at the moment. He's seen the way that the drivers previous to him have negotiated the drain, so he goes straight to it as well. And that is a good time for Luders, 29.52. First sub 30-second clocking we've seen in the Fast Lane Spares time attack. Phil Cameron, next to go. Bo Taylor, his co-driver, sitting alongside him, working the individual brake levers, and he goes straight through the tape. Well, not for the first time. We've seen a sudden rush of blood to the head for Phil Cameron, and he's driven straight through the Suzuki tape, so he's thrown away what possibly could have been a pretty good performance. And he knows it. You can see it on his face. Last minute safety check from Brian Howard as we get set for the Cake Box sponsored Killer Bees. Greg McDowell and Chris McDowell, the brothers from the Waikato, currently sitting in 4th place after 6 completed courses. It's Fast Lane Spares bring it to you. It's been pretty fast so far. We've seen the first sub 30, that was a 29.52 from Luders. Are we going to see another one here? Good, clean execution of the drain for Greg and Chris McDowell, and a good time, 29.29, no penalty faults. That's the fastest we've seen, but that may now change because Scott Biggs comes up to the mark, and he is notoriously fast in his Nitro Custom truck, currently 2nd equal with Neville Mather as we get into course number 6. Fast so far through, so a good approach, good execution coming out of the drain as well. So Scott looking to be sub 30, see what he can do. 29.90 for Scott Biggs. So far, the McDowell's quickest. Here is Jared Beeks. The truck is boosted. Sitting alongside him, Fletch Crawford. It is a Nitro Custom. And another very, very fast approach. Throws caution to the wind, does Jared Biggs, and Fletch Crawford gets to the top. Good, strong, fast approach to the drain as well. Just noses the front into it, then hits the loud pedal as well. This is going to be a very fast time. He hasn't put a wheel wrong. Have a look at it. 25.43, easily the fastest time we've seen so far, and a candidate for 1,000 points as the man locked in 2nd with Scott Biggs takes to the line. This is Neville Mather. Richard Werner is the co-pilot. Oh, and that might cost him. He just had to have a miscorrection. It could come down to tenths, folks, and that may be enough to consign Neville Mather back to maybe second place in this one. Hard on the brakes on the 4 individual levers as they bring it down from warp speed velocity. In and out of the drain they come once again. Neville Mather second equal at the moment, looking for a sub 29, gets a sub 29, 28.75. The Mackays are next to go. Dave Mackay currently sitting in 7th place. Another CowperTruck. It is the Riddler, balancing up on 2 wheels as they head to the top end of the course. Look at that big crowd in the background. They're absolutely lapping this up. Another speed event. Fast Lane Spares brings it to you. Down into the drain they come now. Reese doing the braking for Dave. Tidy exit. Maybe lost a little bit of time there. Up and over the top. They did lose a bit of time. 31.62. for Dave and Reese Mackay out of Hamilton. So having a look at Course 7 results, it's Jared Biggs on top with 1,000. Mather through in second. This is the Suzuki Extreme 4x4 Challenge. We're going to take a break. We'll be back very shortly with more. Welcome back to the Suzuki Extreme 4x4 Challenge for 2021. Coming to you from a crowd-studded Cowper's property at Turakina. This one is Hermansen Contracting Sponsors. It's if in doubt, flat out. So the secret to this one is keep it off the tapes, keep it out of the mud, and climb the hill. Hermansen Contracting brings it to you. First to go, it will be Wayne and Rachel Buckthorpe. Rachel is the co-driver for her father. So approach cautiously through one. Oh, and he clips one. So not the very best of starts for the man from Taranaki. Clears 2 and 3 without too much problem. He'll try and get the Howard truck perfectly positioned to take on gate number 4, following the blue line. Oh, and he clips gate number 4. Now, the blue line is for drivers and spectators alike to get an indication of the line to take on the courses. And I know that Dan Cowper, the promoter here, worked long and hard, scouring that blue line into the grass here at Turakina. Now, he's still got time on his side, so Wayne can have another go at this. On board with Wayne Buckthorpe as he has attempt number 2, getting to the top, trying to find gate number 10. He's not going to be able to do it, and now time is his enemy. He's going to run out of time as he brings it back down to the bottom of the course, and he scores 600 points. Now, speaking of points, because Hamish Arrett, early leader here at Turakina, is now back into 3rd place. Neville Mather is the current points leader. Let's see if Hamish can redeem that. Perfect so far through 1 and 2. 3's not a problem either. You see just the roost taking the Suzuki tape, not the truck. So that's okay. Through 4, not so good. Takes out gate number 4. Looks for a straight shot through 5, through 6, through 7, through 8, through 9, and through 10. So Hamish Arrett gets the show back on track with 900 points. And he needed that if he wants to be in the hunt. Remember, he's been on the podium 4 of 6 times, never been on the top step. This guy hasn't either. This is Russell Luders and Chris Tomerlin. Russ perfect so far. The Cowper truck is the General LS Chevy powered. Through 3 without any problem at all. Carries the momentum up the step through 4. Takes a good wide line through 4. Doesn't have any problems with that. Stands the Cowper truck on its nose and then turns it 90 degrees. Attacks 5. No problem at all for 5. Oh, this might be a problem though. He's going to have to reposition here. Oh, that must be the scariest thing when you're side on. The off-camber of this hillside has to be seen to be believed. You'll have a look at it here from a different angle. Just teetering on the balance point is the General. And Russell has decided that that's it. We'll call it quits at that. So 600 points for Russell Luders on that one. Phil Cameron, the next one to go. Phil along with Bo Taylor. Phil currently sitting back in 9th place. Safe through 1 and 2. Is he going to clip the tape? No, and he gets through 3 as well. Well, he's living dangerously. Is the veteran. He was around for the very first 2015 Suzuki Extreme 4x4 Challenge. He's clipped 4 and 5. So what started out well isn't going so good. 30 seconds to go. Phil Cameron struggling to get to the top, and he's got a mechanical issue, no rear drive, and he's not going any further than that. Broken rear axle perhaps for Cameron and Taylor. This is the McDells. This is Killer B2. Let's see what they can do here on the Hermansen contracting course number 8. So far, so good. 4's seen the undoing of quite a few. Even though they slide sideways, they get through it. Dan was being a bit generous in the spacing of gate number 4 there. Lines up 5 without any problem. 6, 7, and 8 might be an issue though. They've got time on their side. They've got 20 odd seconds as they have another go. You've got to remember when they're backing down, they can't back into the gate. That will go against them as well. This time they don't get the very best of launches, and I don't think they're going to get to the top this time either. The CowperTruck bouncing around on 4 wheels, on 2 wheels. They're going to run out of time here. There's a smile on the face of Greg McDowell, but I'm not too sure why. Here it is in slow motion. Look at that, 2 wheels on the way down. These trucks really do take a hiding. Goes right over the top of 8, backs back over 7. It all goes horribly wrong. Scott Biggs next to go. Scott Biggs looking for another good run here. He's currently 2nd behind Neville Mather, but there's nothing in it. So he'll be looking for a perfect score. Through 3, okay. Lines up 4 now. Takes a wide approach through it without too much problem. The sideways jump worries me a little bit. Oh, and there's a major failure in the front suspension. It looks like the top link's broken and the diff's rotated. That's not going to be an easy fix. You see the angle of the front differential. Water pouring out of the water pump. I wouldn't be too surprised if the drive shaft hit the water pump. Here it is again. Have a look at this. You see the top link breaks from the chassis, and that makes the diff spin round, and that is a huge, huge repair, and that has put a real crease in Scott Biggs' title hopes. Here is his twin brother Jared on the line now. Jared's been on a bit of a comeback from an inauspicious start in the first 2 courses, but this is course number 8, so they've put all that behind them, and so far so good. Amazing truck control there from Jared Biggs, and he's perfect through 4 as he comes up, negotiates that, comes back down again, and you would put money on the fact they can get a straight shot at this. Through 5 without any problems at all. Through 6, through 7, or a little bit of a concern through 9, and up through 10 as well. That is the perfect score for Jared and Fletch. So it's a welcome back to Philip Walton. They missed courses 6 and 7 with mechanical repairs. The truck is the Avenger. It's a nitro bray combo, and obviously with missing a couple of courses, that's really hurt his points chances. But now I think he was driving just for pride and driving well. Perfect so far through 3. This is the Hermansen contractors, if in doubt, flat out. And you'd have to say that not many have been flat out so far, and there's been plenty that have been in doubt. So far so good though for Phil Walton. He flirts with 6, but he gets through it. He gets through 7, he gets through 8, but then he comes to a grinding halt. Oh, and he's running out of time as well, quickly backwards to have another attempt here. Phil Walton and Brendan Austin. Trips are the sponsor. Can he get to the top this time? No, he can't. And he runs out of time, but he takes 800 points away. Well, it was certainly a case of what might have been for Walton and Austin. So this is Neville Mather. He is the new points leader. And he's already seen his arch rival Scott Biggs go wrong, and there was only 50 points separating them. Amazing that after 8 courses, 50 points is separating first and second place, and Scott Biggs has got a major issue on his side. Meantime, Neville Mather and Richard Werner are perfect through 4. Heading up the top. They haven't put a wheel wrong so far. That's the perfect score, and that is rubbing salt into the Scott Biggs wound. This is the Mackays, father and son combination from Hamilton. The truck is a CowperTruck. It is the Riddler. And Dave and Reese currently 7th. Cautious approach here as they slowly but surely take on gate number 1, and they clip gate number 1. So that wasn't the start they're looking for. Okay, through 2. Okay, through 3 as well. Lines up for 4. Time's on their side, 35 odd seconds to go. Oh, and they just touched 4. That wasn't what they wanted. So 200 points on the board as they go through 5 without any problem at all. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So the Mackays score 800 points. Kevin Hermansen, or Hermie as his mates call him, has always had dirt in his life, from his previous exploits on 2 wheels as a national class cross-country motorcycle champion to this, his latest toy. Recently off the CowperTrucks chassis table, the Gambler, as Hermie has named it, is a state-of-the-art truck. From the 4-wheel power steering to the mid-mounted LSA supercharged Chev and Power Glide transmission facing backwards to the ultimate fully independent front and rear suspension. Fitted with the very latest Mickey Thompson Baja Pro XS tyres, the only ones of their kind in New Zealand. His grip it and rip it style, always a crowd favourite. So this is the man we're just talking about. This is Hermie, Kevin Hermansen. His co-driver is Nick Hamilton. The truck is the Gambler, and it is a brand spanking new truck. And this combination hasn't had a lot of time together. And Herbie's a racer's racer, so he wouldn't be happy with his performance thus far. So far, though, he is perfect here on the course that carries his sponsorship. The Hermansen Contractors, if in doubt, flat out. Through 4 without any problem. Through 5 without any problem. Are we going to see the perfect score here from Hermie? He flies through gate number 10, and that's 1,000 points for Kevin Hermansen on the course that he sponsors. Here it is on the super slow-mo. You can see the mid-mounted Chevy sitting between Hermie and Nick Hamilton. So on course 8, it is a 3-way tie at the top between Hermansen, Biggs and Mather. And after 8 of 12, it is Neville Mather on top, but it is oh so close. That is the end of episode 2 of our coverage here, and you have to come back to episode 3 to find out who is going to win the Suzuki Extreme 4x4 Challenge. You won't have to wait 1 week, you'll have to wait 2.